Welcome back to Bobblehead Homestead. I am Jeff. Today is Monday. It's raining. My power keeps flickering. I got no internet. And when I have no internet, I have no phone. And when I have no internet and I have no phone, I can't work. So let's go on a little adventure. There hasn't been any action in my last two videos. So I'm at least going to give you a minute of action. Yeah, it's raining. It is raining cats and dogs. This is the remnant of that hurricane, I think. But so I'm gonna walk out. We're gonna walk out. I'm gonna get my car. This is a brand new umbrella. There we go. All right, come with me. We'll try to stay semi-dry. Okay. We were walking to my car. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Well, let's turn around. Yeah, my car is on and the hood is up. I need to put that hood down. See, what happened was, the camera's getting all foggy because I just walked outside. All right, let me get in the car. I'll wipe it off. We'll take a little break and then we'll go from there. And here I go, sitting in the car and talking again. Well, it's raining this time, and I'm not even on the way anywhere. All right, so here's what happened. Today is Monday. Last video was from Saturday. And Sunday, yesterday, I was supposed to have the whole day off. But a bunch of volunteers on Saturday needed to do so. That's something I can talk about later. I'll go inside and talk about that. Anyway, so I worked until 2, and then I had the rest of the day off after 2. The plan was to go down to Waldron and to get a load of stuff from the old house and get some other stuff and spend time there. That's the thing I don't have, is the time. And I did have that yesterday. But so earlier that morning, I'd gotten chicken feed. It was in the back of the vehicle, so I backed it over there and I unloaded the chicken feed and then brought the vehicle because I needed the chicken feed out of there so that I could load this with stuff for moving a load. And so I worked till 2, grabbed a quick lunch, started looking for my keys. I could not find my keys. Could not find my keys anywhere. And then I came out here and looked in the ignition, and the keys were in the ignition, and the battery was dead. The battery was dead. So Jen and Wiley aren't around. They weren't around yesterday. So I have a little jump starter thing, but it also has it's a jump starter. It's got a light on it. It's got a USB for charging stuff, and it's got a small air compressor. Well, I had been using the air compressor and drained the little battery backup jump starter. So that was not charged, and that thing I had to charge it overnight. I charged it for a couple hours last night, and it wasn't good enough. That thing takes, I don't know how long, good 12 hours to charge. So anyway, yeah. So that's what I was doing, and that's it finally got charged. I brought it out here. You hook it up to the battery. You got to leave it there for a good 10 or 15 minutes before you try to start the car. I mean, you can try to start the car right away, but mine didn't start, and I've had that happen before too. But those jump starters, they need to leach off some power into the battery before you're going to have success starting the car. So I hooked up the jump starter to the battery. I let it sit. I tried to start the car, it wouldn't start, so I let it sit for another 15 minutes and came out, and the car started, so that's cool. And then it started raining in between. Yeah, so I came out in the rain, got the jump starter, took it back in, and I've left the car running, so it will build up the battery. In the meantime, I've plugged that the jump starter back in case the battery doesn't replenish itself enough. So yeah, that's why I came out here, was to turn off the car and then try to restart it and see if that works. So let's do that right now. All right, we're good. The battery gauge is a little low. It gives you from 9 to 19, and it's not quite up to middle yet. But if I were to drive it an hour, which I hope to do this afternoon, the battery should be fine. Battery is less than 2 years old. October of 2022. So yeah, it should still be good. All right, mission accomplished this morning. I got my car running again. Now let's go inside and I can give you a little synopsis of what happens when you get volunteers to a political campaign. I know you're all excited to hear that. A few of you might find this interesting, but most of you won't, and that's all right. I'm just grasping for content at this point that can be done quickly. All right, yeah, so what happens when you volunteer for a political campaign? What does that look like? What does that look like for the person volunteering and for the campaign? Everybody's campaigns are going to be different, but basically, you'll typically, if you're the volunteer, you'll go to, oh, I love this person, I want to help them win. You'll go to their website. They'll typically have a volunteer form. You fill out a bunch of information. It sends them an email. And yeah, so that's how you get the ball rolling. The next step will typically be a phone call. And that's, it's kind of like a job interview. You've already got the job, but now they're just figuring out where you can best be used in the organization. So you're going to get a phone call, and yeah, they're gonna, if you're the volunteer, it's going to be like a job interview. They're going to be feeling you out on what your experience is, where you are, what you're willing to do, what you're comfortable with, what you have experience doing, you know, all kinds of that kind of stuff. So then they can better know, you know, there's many aspects to a campaign. So doing that first interview, they're going to be figuring out, are you going to be good at telephone banking? Are you going to be good at petitioning? Are you going to be good at running tables at county fairs and festivals and stuff like that? Public outreach, blah, 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 blah. So that initial phone call, I mean, a good half an hour. A good half an hour for that initial phone call. Sometimes more, sometimes less. And you're, yeah, they're getting a feel for what you can do, where you can do it, and where you will best be utilized in the campaign. So from there, they're going to point you in the direction that you want to go and that they think you can help. And then you're going to, technology these days, let's say you're petitioning, you got to go out and get signatures to put that candidate on the ballot. That's something I'm very familiar with. You're going to go through a orientation and a video training. Zoom, computers, you know, basically it's you're doing a video chat with a bunch of people. You're going through orientation. You know, you are representing the campaign, so the campaign is going to be giving you a set of guidelines on, you know, stuff to talk about, stuff not to talk about, you know, topics to avoid. You know, I'm sorry, I do not know the answer to that, but you can learn more about the candidate at the website. So a lot of that kind of stuff, and it's orientation and training if you're petitioning. Where you can legally gather petitions and, you know, giving them places to look for. Typically you're giving them a list. Some people, if you get enough volunteers, you're going door to door with a list of registered voters, and that way you're only going to the houses that have registered voters in them. Campaigns can get that information from ballot offices, but then the campaign has to share the registered voter list with the volunteers going door to door. Going door to door, you get less signatures per hour than you would at like yesterday there was a NASCAR race in the streets of Chicago. So, you know, going out in public on public sidewalks, you're going to encounter a lot more people than if you're walking door to door. Sometimes you got to go door to door, depending on the situation. Anyway, so yeah, if you're volunteering, you get the job interview first, and then you've got an orientation and a training session. That orientation and training session usually is an hour. It's going to be an hour long. Depending on the topic, you might be doing 3 or 4 people at a time, but you can also do up to 20 people at a time, depending on what it is that they're learning. So yeah, that's kind of how it goes. You get a job interview, then you get trained, and then you go out in the field and do what you do. And you know, so those first steps can be done over the phone or video over the internet. Sometimes the next step will be meeting up with somebody in person with the campaign. They're going to do probably one more step of training in person. You're going to have to get the petition sheets, although if you got a printer you can print those out yourselves, but typically you're going to go meet someone and get the petition sheets. And then when you for that aspect, there's all kinds of different volunteer stuff that you'd be doing, but I'm just using petitioning as an example. And then once you get signatures, you are going to be turning those signatures back in to somebody with a campaign. Also, somebody with the campaign is going to be keeping track of how many signatures you have, because you know they might have 120 people working in that state, and they need a sense of where they are at as far as the number of signatures go. All right, yeah, so that's how that works. Now I've got one more topic I want to talk about. Since I'm talking about stuff that very few people would care to hear about, I might as well bring up another topic. And that is videos like this, all talk, no action, and why that can be bad for channels. This is, if you're know all the channels in this area, you know quite a few of the channels have a second channel where it is all talk and no action. And there's very good reason why channels will do that and split off a second channel. I know some people complain, oh, why don't you just put it all on the same channel, and it's stupid to have more than one channel and blah blah blah. Well, it's the way YouTube works. It's the way YouTube works that videos like this, all talk and no action, they do not get as many views as me out, you know, feeding the chickens, talking about them, doing work, planting a garden, you know, action. Those types of videos generally do better than if you just got your face in front of a screen. So YouTube advertisers, so those videos get less views. Well, YouTube advertisers will pay more per ad if you're getting more views on a video. So like, let's say, use my channel as an example. I've been getting 8,000 to 10,000 views on my action videos. So the advertisers pay me a higher rate per ad when I'm getting that many views. If I'm getting, you know, 2,000 views per video, then the advertisers pay a lower rate. They just pay the bottom rate. So if you've got a big channel and, you know, let's say I'm getting 10,000, 15,000 views per video on the action stuff, but then I do stuff like this and I only get, you know, 3,000, 4,000 views, well, then I get a lower advertising rate on all my videos. So mixing them up actually hurts your channel, and it can cost you advertising dollars, so to speak. I think that makes sense. A quick example came to mind, and so I thought I'd point out. So like, if somebody gets 10,000 views on a video, they might make $80. So the ad rate, you know, would be enough that 10,000 views, they'd make $80 on 10,000 views. Now let's say somebody had 5 videos that all had 2,000 views. So 5 videos, 2,000 views each, that would also be 10,000 views. But instead of making $80, because the advertisers pay a lower rate, they might make only $50 on 10,000 views, since their average is 2,000 views per video. They get a lower ad rate, and they might make only 50 bucks on 10,000 views. Whereas if you've got one video with 10,000 views, the advertisers pay a higher amount because, yeah, that's, I don't even want to get into explaining that. But that's just how it works. That's just how it works. If you get 10,000 views on one video, you're going to make more money than if you got 10,000 views on 5 videos. So that's why channels will do the all talk, no action side channel. Those don't get as many views. The views that they do get at lower ad rate. And now those videos don't affect their action videos, the ad rate on their action videos, where they get more views. So it's better for their main channel. They'll get a higher advertising rate on their main channel, and they'll be able to maintain that because they've got an average higher view count. And then the side channel, which is fewer views, and fewer views is not nothing. You know, you're still getting some income from those ads, even though it might be 4,000 or 5,000 views instead of 15,000 views. So it's still worthwhile. And a lot of people don't mind the all talk, no action videos. You know, a lot of you guys know. I won't get as many views on this as I did my, you know, great helpful friends working. You know, that one got 10,000 views. Setting up electric fencing, 10,000 views. Moving videos, 10,000 views. And like my last 2 have been, one was 7,000 and one was 5,000. So the advertisers pay more when you're averaging 10,000 views than if you were paying 5,000 views. And on other channels, there's more of a discrepancy between the 2 channels. So I don't, I don't plan on doing a side channel anytime soon. Maybe, who knows? But if I did do a side channel, that would be why, because of the difference in the advertising rates on the 2 types of videos. So I mean, I'm not opposed at all to people having side channels. It makes total sense to me. You've got your core supporters that'll watch your talking videos, and you know, they're going to appreciate that. And other people who don't, well, that's fine. They can watch your main channel where all the action is. All right, so that's the explanation for why videos like, well, why, yeah, that's the explanation for why channels will have 2 different channels. They'll have an action channel, and then they'll have a talk channel, because that's how you maximize your income. As for why people like action videos better than talk videos, I think that's self-evident. I know it is for me. I prefer action than somebody just standing or sitting in front of the camera talking. All right, and with that, I gotta head into Russellville. So I'm on my way to Russellville, and look who I ran into. You guys are coming back from Oklahoma?
Just getting back from Oklahoma, yep.
Was it a bad drive, a lot of rain or anything?
It didn't start raining until like Fort Smith.
That's not bad.
And
Because we had a good 2 inches.
Oh, it was a
last night.
good heavy rain when we got to Fort Smith.
Oh yeah,
heavy rain.
Yeah, I don't like driving in that. But I got the peak of their new Suburban. You're in the Suburban Club now.
Yeah.
I've got a Suburban. But yeah, a great deal on that.
Yes,
That's
absolutely. And it done a fantastic job going to Oklahoma and back. So
You got a few things you're going to shore up on it.
yeah. I'm going to do a good tune-up on it, you know, and need to fix the power steering pump. It's not completely out, but it's weak. You know, it's just a little stiff. So.
And that's not a big job. I know Drew did that on mine.
It's a pain, but I mean, it'll be all right.
Okay.
It ain't gonna be that big a deal.
Cool. All right, I got to head out of here. Go watch Our Mountain Home. They got another surprise for you. I'm not going to show you that one. You got to go to their channel or Working with Wiley.
Yeah.
Yep. Lots of videos pumping out. And I might see you later tonight if I get home by 7.
Okay.
If Micah and Liz go live at 7.
Oh, they do. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it might be raining.
It
All
may
right,
be.
I better get out of here so I can be home in time. Our Mountain Home, Working with Wiley. Can you see yourself in there?
I see me.
All right, now we're in there.
Okay.
Where are we going to dinner tonight?
Old South Restaurant.
Oh yeah,
Old South.
This is
The
my
new Old
sister
South.
Priscilla
Yeah.
and her husband Tom.
Hey there, guys.
Priscilla's been on the channel before.
Yes, I have.
That was a while ago.
Yes,
But you're
long
here
time
visiting from Florida.
Yep, Jacksonville, Florida.
Yep, and we're going to Old South Restaurant. Now, this has been a staple of Russellville since we were kids, probably.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Coming here growing up, but
It burned down. The old one burned down. The day after we ate there.
Right.
Last time.
Which might mean
We
something,
didn't-
but I'm
we
not quite
didn't-
sure.
We don't smoke. We didn't do anything, I swear.
Yeah.
But it burned down.
yeah.
And so they bought this. This used to be
There was
a
an-
different restaurant.
Yeah, this was a different restaurant, but theirs burnt down in the original location.
Yeah.
And the community pitched in so that this business could stay open.
That's right.
And the community came together,
It
they helped
was.
them out, because this has been a staple here in Russellville for
Oh yeah.
generations probably.
It was definitely a
Yeah.
favorite restaurant. Whenever I came here, we always had to eat there.
Yeah. So tonight we're trying to figure out where we're gonna go, and I haven't been here since the new location.
Since the new location.
Yeah, so I figured we'll support a local family-owned business.
Absolutely.
And all right, we'll be back and give you a review of
All right.
of what we got. Say
Definitely.
hello to Priscilla and Tom and tell them safe travels
Hey,
back to
guys.
Florida.
Hey.
All right, we finished our dinner. We all got they had a special menu. So
Pastas tonight.
yeah, what do you have? We had
I
the same
had the
thing.
shrimp Alfredo.
Shrimp Alfredo.
Chicken Parmesan.
Oh yeah,
That was
With
good. It was really
spaghetti.
good.
yeah, it was.
It was very good, and it's huge. Huge serving.
Yep, I got breakfast, or it'll be a midnight snack tonight.
Okay.
Well, that's the best kind.
I can never eat all of it, so.
Yep, good dinner. So if you're in Russellville and want a local restaurant to go try out, Old South Restaurant, right across from the Fairfield Inn by Marriott. I used to manage those when I was a hotel manager. All right, so I don't know what else we got. We haven't been talking about politics at all this
No.
evening.
Of course
We've been
not.
being good.
We wouldn't dare do that.
Of course
We haven't
not.
solved any of the world's problems.
And we never will.
That's
We've
for
never
sure.
figured out what the cause of the problems are, so don't listen to us. But you guys are heading back Wednesday?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, today's Monday. And
Yep.
I don't know if
Wednesday.
I might try to make it in tomorrow night again. Probably not though.
With all
But-
that rain
the
that's
hurricane?
coming.
Oh yeah, that probably won't be a good idea.
It's gonna be
But so
very
when you come in,
windy
you
and
got to
rainy.
come back when it's not 100 degrees.
Yes, I'm
Maybe,
gonna try to come back this fall
Maybe
with
Thanksgiving or something. Like
yeah
you
with
mentioned.
my
That's a
daughter.
good time of the
so,
year.
Yeah, we'll try
Not
to
too cold, not too hot.
we'll try to do that.
All right. All right. Say goodbye, Priscilla and Tom. I'll see you guys when I get home.
I love watching you guys all on
Yeah,
YouTube.
we really enjoy you guys. God bless you.